What's up everyone, it's the Detective back again with another video, and it's not Bakugan, it's another Dragamonz video. There's actually a card game that goes along with the Dragamonz, it's not just about the toys. So, I took the first chance I got, I read up the rules. This play guide comes in the multi-pack and the Ultimate Dragon Pack. Very easy. At first, I thought that it was going to be really complex to understand everything with all of the different symbols and rules and numbers and stuff. But it's actually really easy to understand. I decided to make a deck using some of the Dragamonz that I already had. So in this deck, I have Tecton Mystic, Whipler Mystic, and Blackfire. And obviously, I have the 3 color-coded dragon decks for each of them. So I'm going to be going through each of the actual dragon characters, the decks that I use with them, and yeah, I guess this is the first Dragamonz deck profile I'll be doing. Let's start out with Tecton Mystic, and he is actually my personal favorite dragon out of all of the ones that I opened, just in the toy form. I think he looks really cool in the clear pink plastic, really pops for me, and also the gold paint on the wings. So here is the character card, part of the Stone Scale faction, 50 attack, 30 counterattack, and when he is charged, 70 attack, 40 counterattack, and when he charges, you can charge an ally, and that works really well, because if you start out with this Dragamon, and you do your first move with him, and you're able to charge him, then you can basically charge any of your allies, because, well, obviously they haven't been defeated yet. And a lot of Whipler Mystic and Blackfire are actually both very good when you charge them, so this ability definitely helps. Alright, so here's the dragon deck. Every Dragamon has a specific deck for their faction. It is just 5 cards, so let's just go through the 5 that I'm using. So, first of all, Stone's Throw. It is a 0 cost. If you have a Wild Thorn ally remaining, you get plus 40, but if this doesn't apply, you just get plus 10. But that actually works pretty well because Whipler Mystic is Wild Thorn, obviously, so that definitely works. Boulder Strike, 20, and if you're up against a Grimwrath, you get plus 50. So you'll see that there are also cards sort of like this in the other decks as well, where it's up against a certain faction, you get a boost. And at the moment, these cards are kind of random. It literally just comes down to what you're using or what they're using. But if this game ever gets competitive and if a meta is ever formed, then if certain factions are good in the meta, then cards like this will be helpful. Let's say Grimwrath becomes a very good, or a specific Grimwrath dragon becomes very good, and a lot of people are using it, then using something like this is pretty good because you actually get a boost when you go up against them. Shotcrete, it's the same sort of card, except it's when you're up against a Firewing, you get 70 and you get 40 off the bat. Earthquaker, you get 30. And if you have an ally with this little shark symbol, you get 60. And Blackfire actually has the little shark symbol there. So that's pretty cool. And then the last card in the dragon deck, Pincer Puncture. You get 50 and you can charge your Dragamonz. So that's definitely very cool. So next up is Whipler Mystic, and he is really the star of this kind of Dragamonz team. Firstly, the toy looks pretty cool. Not my favorite. I do like the Tecton toy better, but I still think that he looks pretty cool. The translucent plastic is a nice touch. So for his actual character card, 40-30, not the best, but the real hype begins with this, because this is actually very exciting, this effect. It's very gimmicky, but 70-40, same stats as Tecton, but if he is defeated, you look at the top card of your deck, or you reveal it. And if it is a 3 cost, you uncharge the Dragamon and you treat the fight as a tie. So that basically means no one wins, no one loses. That is extremely helpful, especially since this game, in the game of Dragamonz, you lose when all of your Dragamons are defeated. So if this is the last Dragamon remaining, having an ability like this is really helpful. Tecton's charged ability works really well with this Whipler. If you use Tecton and Whipler is uncharged, you can charge him, and that basically lets you use that ability, and that's very helpful, because this ability is kind of like the star of the deck. So let's start out with the dragon deck. So we have Teeter Tatters for 0. If you have an ally with this symbol, kind of like these rocks, you charge. this doesn't work because the only Dragomon in the deck, in this team, that has that symbol is actually Whipler himself, but I didn't have any other cards that I was able to use that were 0 cost, so I had to go with Teeter Tatters. But you do get a 20 power boost anyway. Spring Bloom, this is very good. 0, you get plus 10 and you charge. That's so helpful for Whipler. That's just awesome. Strong Roots, similar to the card that Tecton had, basically where you just get a 40 boost, and if you're up against a certain faction, in this case it is Slytoxin, you get 70, so that's just in there. Defensive Spikes, for 50, if your enemy plays a 3-cost battle card, it has no effect. And I actually own one 3-cost battle card, and it is actually the next card that's in this Whipler deck. So I'm assuming that 3-cost battle cards in general, not only are they expensive to include in your deck, but they are probably pretty good. So being able to cancel out their 3-cost battle card is helpful, and you get a boost of 50, which is awesome. And here it is. Timber, the 3-cost. That foiling is beautiful. I love the foiling pattern. I really hope to get more cards like this because it just looks amazing. Anyway, you get 50 and you charge your Dragomon. Or if you're already charged, charge an ally. That is just awesome because especially if you get defeated, you use this guy's ability, and you reveal Timber as the top card, you're going to be uncharging him. So, since you know that this is the top card of your deck, the next time that you use Whipler in a battle, you're going to draw that card anyway. You're going to draw the Timber card. So that's an automatic charge for Whipler. So that's awesome. But if you're already charged and you're using his ability, then you can charge someone like Blackfire or Tecton. In fact, if Tecton is uncharged, you can use Timber's ability to charge Tecton, and then Tecton's ability, since he charges, to charge Blackfire, and that is just awesome. So this card really, really helps not only with Whipler, but in a combo, this could really help out the deck in general. So starting off with Blackfire's toy form, he's kind of like a hyena dragon, and his character card, he is definitely stronger counterattacking than attacking. I really wanted to use a Dragomon that had strong counterattack, so 20-30, you flip him over, 40-60, and when he charges, you get 70-90, which is really, really cool. Let's start off the Dragon deck. The one and only 0 cost in the deck, Bomb Fire. You get boost of 10, and you charge, and then another charge card because you definitely really want to be charging Blackfire. You get a boost of 30 as well, which is pretty cool. Bring it to the boil, you get a boost of 40, and if you're up against a certain faction, in this case is Stormclaw, you get plus 70. Feel the Heat. Versus a charged enemy, plus 60, but usually you just get plus 30. That's very good as well. And the final card is really good for this deck. Magma Cannon, plus 40. If you look at your Dragamon's top battle card, if it is a 1 cost, you get plus 80. That is a huge boost, especially for Blackfire. That helps a lot because 4 out of the 5 battle cards in this deck are 1 cost. So that is very, very helpful. But that's basically it for my first Dragamon's deck profile. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I'm the Detective, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.